double chill streak is really hard against Fire Mage Windwalker. I'm wondering, are they just gonna run down the Paladin? It's been so long since we've seen Mez, I feel like.
Yeah, this is going to be exciting. I mean, we haven't seen Windwalker DK in a long time. Ever since they changed the Heartstop aura to not affect the actual PvP trinkets, it kind of fell off meta a little bit. But I don't know. They obviously knew what M2KC wanted to run, and they could mirror them, or they could play this, and this is what they went for. Big setup here, double leg sweep, chill streaks coming in. C2 gets counterspell on cast into a full sheep here. Now let's see who they're going to go after. They're going after Trill here on the side of M2KC to get the resheep. Nice leg sweep, but Trill actually porched the leg sweep right there. What an absolute legend. Double blinding sleet coming through. No gladiator spites though here, and no leg sweeps available for Mystery Org, so they're just gonna survive that setup, and so far it's anybody's game.
Interesting. Trill's going after Brain. I feel like Mez is just gonna sit on Cerulean the entire game. I'm not sure how this one's going to work out, is because, like you said, I mean, they knew exactly what M2KC was going to run. Some of us anticipated a mirror matchup. I actually had a chance to sit down and talk with Mez and CD yesterday, and they said this is something they've practiced for a lot. Like, they spent a lot of time practicing this week, so obviously they feel like this is their best answer after all that practice. Blinding Light into a full polymorph on Sea-Doo. And this is a little bit scary. Mez is going to have to kite back to the safety of that Earthen Wall Totem, but the damage isn't over yet. And Mez, he might just fall. He's getting lower. This is dangerous. Ooh. What is happening? Vitality Conduit lands, but he was 5% health. And Mystery Org got a little bit lucky to survive there, but now they're trying to turn it around on Cerulean, on a Drake. Big damage. The Freedom and Temporal Shield should be enough for them to survive, but Sparks definitely flying as both these teams playing quite aggressive.
All right, M2KC survive, Mystery Org survive. Close calls, but no real significant damage done in terms of the cooldown department, so they're about even. Nice Hex on the Mage here by Sea-Doo, just stalling out any pressure from him at this position. Sea-Doo getting ready, going back to the pillar. Has Grounding Totem available for crowd control. He wants to max range of Blink Dragon's Breath. He's repositioning as Trill is getting dragged across the map over to the left side pillar. Gets counterspelled, big opening, nice play by Cerulean. Beautiful punish, immediate karma. Is there a bot for the karma? Brain's not in position to go for it. They're holding on to it. Any magic zone was dropped as well. They actually break karma. I think they would have killed Trill if they just bopped the karma right there. Sea-Doo's still in crowd control. Trill's out of the fight. They can't reconnect. They're going back on Mez. Mez disrupts with a double blinding sleep. Trill is charging in for a double leg sweep. Beautiful combo there, knocking him into range of the chill streak. Oh man, that teamwork between Trill and Mez, but Brain has Avenging Wrath again, so it's unlikely that that chill streak's really going to stick. Both sides stabilize.
Very, very nice plays there from both sides there. I really thought that Mystery Org kind of took the short end of the exchange there, but nice counter setup there. He's going to get them some pressure, but now once again, Sea-Doo in a polymorph. They do stop the re. No, he does get the re here. Mez in a little bit of trouble. Doesn't need to use any cooldowns though. Does get a kick there on Cerulean, and Trill does lock him out on his other school, and now Sea-Doo locked him out on his third school. So Cerulean gonna have a little bit of time here where there's no interrupt for us to deal with that again. And now you can see Trill once again going to be the target of choice. No trinket, no karma. If Sea-Doo gets counterspelled, it could be very dangerous. Cerulean has been a pure MVP with these counterspells, and Sea-Doo knows it. He's trying to juke it out here. Now he's going to go for a chain heal, and there it is. He fakes the counterspell. Very nice there by Sea-Doo, and now he's swapping over to Ghost Swoop so he doesn't get swapped to, and now he's going to have an excellent time here. He can free cast Hexes, he can free cast Purges. He doesn't need to worry about those sheeps. He can do whatever he wants here, basically. Now Brain actually going in, full Blinding Light. His teammates need to stop this. Nice double Blinding Sleet. Nice Paralyze. Can they get the setup they need here? Big damage coming out. Drake has Touch of Death active. Leg Sweep coming out. On Cerulean, onto Trill as well. Trill has Fort Brew active though, so he's not going to take too much damage. Cerulean doesn't take too much damage. No one is taking damage. And the only one who used something in that exchange was Drake. He used his trinket.
Yeah, and we'll see how this one does play out. Mana is actually looking relatively even for both these teams as well. Drake is taking a big hit of damage. I'm actually curious to see what Mez is running in terms of gear. We'll take a look at that in a little bit, but we shall see. I wonder if he's playing Gushing or if he's just playing full versatility or if he's playing full mastery for the big. So he actually is playing Gushing, so he's going to have quite a bit of damage, but that also means he's going to be really susceptible to damage, especially in dampening. So if M2KC they can hold on, I think Mez is going to be a great target for them to go on a little bit later in the game.
Yeah, and I mean, M2KC, they're definitely familiar with dampening. So just dragging the fight out, playing well positionally, and then going after the Death Knight makes a lot of sense. And right now they get a beautiful setup. Mez counter engages, but he's still critically low. And your Magic Shield gonna trade here, trying to stay on target. But Sidu's in a Hammer of Justice. They get the double leg sweep. Chill Streak is bouncing. Big Fist of Fury. Huge Syndragosa connect. Brain trade sacrifice, buying time for Avenging Wrath if he needs it. But they could swap to Brain. He's got a big sack dot from that Chill Streak. They're trying to gun down the Paladin, but Brain, maybe I shouldn't jinx him this time. I'm not going to say it. Brain recovers. The entirety of M2KC survive another assault.
The most unkillable paladin in the entirety of the AWC, according to Supertees, survives yet another attempt on his life. And now it's looking dangerous for Maz here. Sidu in the Dragon's Breath. They don't get the poly. They do get the poly. And they erase Maz from the map there. He trinkets, but can't get the Spirit Link out in time. M2KC puts the first point of the board. And I love Sidu's shirt, I gotta say. That was an excellent shirt. So in my eyes, they're still the winners.
I was wondering if either of you guys were going to say something about his bakery shirt with Sidu. It's a good shirt. But M2KC going to be winning that first game here. How do we feel like those teams did? What do we think about game one here, Super T's?
I just want to say my only experience with the pies in the bakery is Zico putting a pie in my face during one of the open bracket games. I've never had a positive experience with the bakery. I'm gonna have to give it a pretty low review, honestly, because it was not my experience with the bakery has not been a good time. And in this game, I mean, it doesn't look like Mez had a great time with the Fire Mage either. Going down in game number one. They had options. I'm curious to see I would love to have heard what the comms were in those final seconds, because they had about 3 different answers, and then it seemed like they wanted Spirit Link to be what the answer was going to be, but it didn't come out in time. So I don't think it was a miscommunication, just probably a wrong call, potentially. So moving into game 2 on smaller maps, I think this comp could work for Mystery Org, but on big maps, I think we're going to see mirrors.
Why did you get a pie in your face? I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Zico's just cruel and unusual.
Did you lose a bet or something?
No, Zico's just cruel and unusual.
To be honest, I don't think that had anything to do with the bakery, as far as I remember. That was something else. But this matchup is an interesting one. And the main reason it's super interesting for me is because I feel like I have more faith in Mystery Org than maybe they have in themselves, because they've been looking really good with the Windwalker Fire Mage Paladin, and I feel like they should be willing to put it all on the line in a mirror match. Basically that's what I think. I think they should play a mirror match. I think they should try to outplay M2KC, because these cleave setups, I mean, M2KC has traditionally done exceptionally well into all these different cleave setups with this composition. So I don't know. They have a lot of practice, but still, I think Mez running full gushing, he's just so susceptible to those burst windows in matchups like that. And I just don't see them having like a win condition where they win right away. So I think it's a really, really risky strategy, because inevitably the game will go to dampening, and in dampening, Mez is super vulnerable. So I don't know if I like this pick, but we'll see what they decide to go with in game number 2.
Okay, I hate to put us back off subject here, but Zico, did you just like summon that shirt? How quickly did you do that? Do you already have it on?
No, I just gotta always be ready to go. My boy Chuck is representing. Of course, we gotta represent with him. Let's go, right. Mystery Org.
Okay, well, if we want to see Mystery Org turn it around here, Zico, then what do you want to see them do? Should they switch it up, go to a different size map, maybe lay off a little bit on the gushing with Mez? What do you think? Play a Fire Mage?
You had it half right there. When you say lay it off with gushing with Mez, what you mean to say is lay off Mez. Out with him on the bench. Fire Mage, Windwalker, Paladin, Mirror. Let's go. You guys got Sam on your team. This guy is a legend. You guys got Trill on the Windwalker. This guy is he's one of the biggest legends. This guy's Mr. World of Warcraft. Then you got Sidu, multi-classing. I think that it's going to be extremely close if they take it there. Obviously, M2KC has been extremely, extremely well playing in that comp as well. But I think that's what they go for.
Okay, let's see if they decide to lock that in. Is Ashmane's going to be a good map for that, do you think, Seiko?
I think, yeah, why not? I think the map, if they go for a mirror, it's not going to matter that much. I think maps are usually going to favor whoever is ahead. So like if you're playing on a small map and it's a mirror and you get ahead early, you're going to probably have an easier time snowballing that lead. But for the most part, it doesn't really matter, I think, in a mirror match.
Why is it that with Mystery Org we see them utilize Sam on that mage, or at least lately quite a bit less, do we think here, Supatis?
I mean, the only reason they're not utilizing it here is because they literally just copied M2KC's strategy. They saw M2KC as the highest team on the ladder a few weeks ago, and they're like, oh, yoink, that's our comp. Now they're just owning with it. So I think it's more of a respect thing where they're like, we kind of just took this comp from them. Do we really want to mirror them? Are we good enough? It's probably like a mental game for them. So they're considering that if they do end up mirroring them, it'll be quite exciting. Can they like overthrow the team where they took the strategy from? They're actually going to go to Coffin Dance composition, the Windwalker Demon Hunter. Now, this could be this could backfire. I'm curious to see how they play it out. It also is going to give them some games potentially for Cloud9 as well, because this is going to be a very important comp for them, I think, especially if they make it into the top 4.
Yeah, I feel like also every time Mystery Org plays this competition or composition, there's always a lot of people in chat being like, whoa, why is Sam playing Demon Hunter? This is a newer thing for them. He learned it pretty recently, Sam, so that they could play alongside Trill with that Windwalker. And as we saw earlier with Coffin Dance, Benricky, this is a really strong composition.
Yeah, I mean, there really is no question about it, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why they decided to get Sam on the Demon Hunter. I think it just gives them more composition options, more cleave options. If Trill's playing the Windwalker Monk, then you can play Windwalker Death Knight with Mez. You can play Windwalker Demon Hunter with Sam. You can play Demon Hunter DK with Mez and Sam. So I think just more options. And Sam's actually, I think he's been playing the Demon Hunter the entire year. Am I right about that? I feel like he's actually been playing the Demon Hunter for the team for the majority of this year. I would, yeah, I think so. So definitely well practiced on it. They put in a lot of games, and hopefully we see Trill and Sam with good synergy with this composition, because we saw Coffin Dance run it, and it looked really good when they did. So hopefully Mr. Orr can see that same kind of success, because I have like a feeling that the way this is going to play out, and maybe I'm wrong, this is like worst case scenario for Mystery Org, is they play this matchup, they lose, and then backs against the wall, mirror. They decide to mirror match, and then it's really, really close, and maybe they win the first game, and then they lose the second game, and then they have this thought in their mind, why didn't we just mirror the entire time? And I feel like that happens more often than not, so we'll see what they can get done with this cleave, or if M2KC is going to be able to continue their win streak.
All right, game number 2 here, M2KC versus Mystery Org. Game number 2 in Ashmane's.
Thing is, if there was a weakness for Demon Hunter, it's dying in stuns. What is Windwalker Mage Paladin really good at doing? Killing things in stuns. So I am a bit worried about Sam in this matchup particularly. As we see Sam jumping over to Brain to try and stun him, but Drake intercepts him with so many roots, really preventing any sort of assault there. That was a nice punish. Double leg sweep by Trill, leading the charge in terms of pressure. Just gunning through everything right now. The Fort Brew, the Sack, the Avenging Wrath, that was huge damage out from Trill and Sam in that assault. Trill swaps over to Brain, trying to punish that sacrifice, but doesn't want to overextend. Drake is still holding onto his leg sweep, waiting to clutch it out. Sam's trying to duck over with the Fell Rush, avoid the leg sweep, but Sidu gets caught, double leg sweep. This is the counter assault. Sam Trick gets into another stun. He might just die through Blur. Huge damage coming out here from M2KC. Trick it into blind. Beautiful punish. M2KC moved to match point.
That was insane. Brain hodged the trinket of Sam, and then he blinded the trinket of Cedar. What? Or did he hodge the trinket? What? We gotta see the replay. What did he do there in the end?
He hodged the trinket of Sam, and he blinded the trinket of Cedar. Yeah.
Wow! What an absolute legend. Brain is literally.
I actually wonder if he killed Spirit Link too, because I swear, Cedar, I saw the animation for Spirit Link. I swear he killed Spirit Link before it ticked too. But I want to see the replay, because I swear he judgmented.
Bakery shirt,
he crowd controlled every trinket. I'm pretty sure he judgmented the Spirit Link totem too from Sidu. But like, just wait. So Sam's out in midfield, and then he gets stunned, and he knows he dies in a stun, so he trinkets and he blurs. but even trinketing and blurring, he gets stunned again. And then this is where Sea-Doo trinkets into something. So he trinkets polymorph into blind, and see the link kind of like went down at the same. It was really weird. Maybe that was just because Sea-Doo
I feel
left
like he
the
dropped
game.
it after he died.
Yeah.
But he was still blinded. That was.
Well,
I don't know what's going on.
He dropped it, but Trill wasn't in it. Or sorry, Sam wasn't in it, and then he left immediately, like the 0.1/AFK.
Mirror match. Mirror match. That's what I want to see. Mirror match. Like you're
I'm
going
looking at my
against the team.
shirt.
Don't you dare.
What?
I'm sorry, but that after that game, I don't know. Like, maybe it's bad luck.
Well, I
Oh,
hope it's
Sam
not
was
bad luck.
what? Sam was wearing Lash of Void and gushing in that matchup. That's so greedy.
Oh wow.
What?
That's actually so greedy. Wait, what?
I just threw it on
What
top
just
of my other
happened?
shirt, so it looks really
What?
weird.
Who's got a pie
That's-
bakery
it's-
shirt?
It's kind of stylish.
We're gonna be, what, this thing?
I
don't
think
know
that's
about-
stylish. You're setting a new trend, like the turtleneck tee.
Just a trendsetter, my super trendy pie bakery t-shirt. Well done by M2KC, up 2-0. Mystery Org really need to turn it around here. They don't want to lose this series. It's a super important matchup for both of these teams here. Going into game number 3, what do we want to see them change up? Do you think that it's likely that we see a mirror here, Zico?
It's time. You need the fire mage. If you're gonna be wearing the pie bakery shirt, you need somebody who can sling those pies. It's time to bring Sam I Am in, not on this demon hunter dying in the opener. I want to see Sam on his PogChamp mage going in, throwing out the fat greater pies, throwing out the fat polymorphs, blinking the dragon's breaths, and taking control. That's what I want to see.
Okay.
Put the chefs back to the kitchen.
Ben and Sid, do you think that they're gonna mirror, or do we see them continuing on this composition?
It makes
I
me
wanna
so
see
sad
them
that they
mirror.
don't mirror. To be honest, it really makes me sad that they don't mirror because I really feel like with that composition, they've been looking, I want to say as good as M2KC. In some matchups, even better than M2KC. I mean, they beat the Charlotte Phoenix and M2KC.
Oh, they're going
lost
back to
Charlotte
Windwalker
Phoenix, so
DK.
I really hope they do. And if they don't, it's kind of like, I don't know. It gives you an idea of where they're at, their headspace, I guess. One thing's for sure, if we saw Coffin Dance played that matchup, the Demon Hunter trend would have had full resilience, 100% conflict and strife, every defensive trinket you could imagine, because you can't afford to run gushing in a matchup like this. You're going to die in stuns, you're going to get stunned, and it's just an inevitable loss, I feel like. So you have to have some defense, a little bit of flexibility, so you're not just getting blasted. It's every single hammer of justice, every single leg sweep. But M2KC, I think the composition they're going to run is going to be pretty obvious. They're going to be playing the Windwalker Mage Paladin. I'd be very surprised if they play anything else. And for Mystery Org, I personally want to see the mirror match because I really do believe that they can do a great job. Otherwise, I'm if they play anything else.
What's that like to be in the position of these teams facing a mirror match? I mean, the pressure has certainly got to be amped up a little bit if you decide to lock in a mirror match, Subtees, or whoever.
Well, I was just gonna say it's one of those things where right now I feel like every team they try to get an edge. I have a really dry throat. I need some water, but they try to get an edge in matchups instead of playing mirrors. And a lot of the times, like I said at the beginning of this match, it ends up backfiring. So you try to get an edge, it doesn't work out, and then you say, you know what, we have to mirror. But you're already down 0-2, and you don't have any flexibility in that mirror. So even if you trade, you're just going to lose. So it's a rough spot to be in. I wish more teams did end up playing the mirror matches, just because I think they really are exciting, and it shows, the true capabilities of a team running a composition.
All right, 1 minute left here on the side of Mystery Org. Are they going to continue playing Demon Hunter Windwalker? Do we get to see Sam back on his Fire Mage, mirroring
I think they're
against
playing Windwalker DK.
M2KC?
I think they're gonna pick Windwalker DK.
Okay.
This map, I feel like they would have gone to Tiger's Peak if they wanted to mirror. It's kind of like you're challenging the master a little bit if you mirror them. Like they literally only played that comp because of M2KC having success with it. So I also feel like just Mystery Org doesn't have the history of mirroring teams. They always like to try and have a comp edge in some regard. So I would be really surprised if they mirrored here. Maybe they're even considering Sam again with a different build. If I was Cedo, I'd be mad at Sam for playing Gushing and Lash of Void in that matchup when you know you're dying in the stun. But yeah, Windwalker DK makes more sense. They were looking good in game one. They just kind of threw, didn't line up their cooldowns well at one moment, and so I feel like this, if they weren't going to mirror, this is their second best.
Are there any teams that really like to mirror? I mean, I know there are some that don't sort of shy away from it, but I don't see a lot of teams like constantly mirroring. There's not really a team known for it.
ABC used to be a mirror team. They used to always go into the mirror,
they're trying
but not anymore. Now they're like a budget exit.
Budget exit. Low budget or
definitely.
Jeez.
Ripping into Alec
Well, I'm really
now.
disappointed still after their jungle, like they almost lost to Disc Jungle, man. I lost all confidence in them after that.
Wow.
Like, I love them, but like, I'm expecting a little bit more from, those kind of players. So maybe I'm a little bit hard on them, but like, that's because
Because you love them, right?
it's because of their history. I'm expecting certain things, If certain players choke, I mean, it's like, okay, that's normal. But, usually they're not those players.
Okay, well, this match here is starting here. Now, M2KC on match point versus Mystery Org and Dollar and Sewers.
Okay, M2KC could still just kind of rotate on the bottom side of this map where the grading is and kite on the outskirts and try and avoid Mez and Trill as long as possible, kill the Death Knight and Dampening. Or they have these outright blowouts with Touch of Death and Combustion. They're basically a double threat, which is why they've had so much success in the circuit. A very important series between these teams, but nice triple by Mystery Org straight off the bat. Ceralium blinking away from the engagement. Mez is in hot pursuit, but not able to reconnect. And Ceralium's quick thinking there totally shut down the burst damage of Mez. Nice response time. Brain is moving closer to Cedu, as if he wants to go for crowd control. Curious to see when he decides to charge in. Cedu's trying to go for a cheeky play with a Hex, but Ceralium could dispel it. Decent damage right now from Trill, forcing Brain's hand. He has to activate Avenging Wrath. Drake charging over to Cedu to spread out so they're not stacked for a chill streak. I like this positioning from Drake.
Ooh, Cedu actually pre-Ghost Wolves there, but he does get Clep dead, and now he's going to take a DR Hammer of Justice out of that leg sweep, but he's going to be completely fine. Mez is just going to drop out the anti-magic zone for the combustion, for the stuns. It's not a bad trade at all. Mez is going to have that coming back up kind of soon in about a minute and 45, so Cedu is going to have to fend for himself until then. He is just chilling in Ghost Wolf, and that is the most effective way to heal yourself as a shaman. You can just throw out your Riptide, your Hots on somebody else, and then you just run around and pillar in Ghost Wolf, and you can see he's gaining HP while he's doing that, and at the same time he is making sure that Mez isn't taking too much damage, just avoiding Drake here, and Drake actually proccing a slapper there around the corner. Another one, he actually doesn't manage to reach Cedu, and now we got a big setup here. Touch of Death from Trill, double leg sweep. Trill actually trinkets a paralyze right there to get that double leg sweep, and I do believe that was Brain's human racial as well. Ceralium taking a lot of damage, gets knocked into the waterfall, big damage coming out, but I don't think Trill and Mez have enough uptime here to reach him with that Blessing of Freedom, and that is going to be all they get in that exchange.
I just don't know how much I like this composition coming in from Mystery Org. The thing is, like, they get the chill streak setups, but if Brain and Ceralium just say, okay, I trinket this one, you trinket the next, then you just never get a situation where you actually get the chill streak doing good damage. So it makes it really, really difficult. And Blinding Light now on Cedu. Let's see what they can get done with this one. Trill seems to be the main focus point. He gets low, doesn't want to throw away the game. I mean, this is match point. He does go down to 10% health, but manages to hold on. Transcendence now behind the pillar. Should be fine as Cedu's able to connect some healing. Now, once again, Mr. Org is going to be looking to make an offensive push. The double leg sweep comes in. Let's see what kind of burst they have available. Ceralium's just going to sit the stun, use Temporal Shield, use Dragon's Breath, and he's going to be completely fine. Mana in favor of Mystery Org right now, so they have that going for them, which is nice. But we'll see. I really feel like Mez with the build that he's playing. He's got so much gushing wounds that he's just so vulnerable later on in the match. Right now, they're not really going after him, but I definitely see Mez as the main pressure point if we do reach it to dampening.
Drake the target at the moment. Huge hit. Karma trades. I don't think they have the damage to crack it. Trill going to retreat with Sea-Doo back to the pillar. Relay his portal so that he can get ready for an attack later on. Sea-Doo gets counterspelled. Oh, scary moment. Mez trades anti-magic shield. Death striking back up to full. Cerulean at any moment could turn the tide with a counterspell like that and a well-timed touch of death. Drake's trying to reconnect to Mez. Trill is just waiting. It just seems like Mystery Org are getting ready for the leg sweep of Drake. They don't want to stand on top of each other. Trill is maybe trying to bait the leg sweep. Rolls to Cerulean. Now Trill's leg sweep is available, but Drake might get his first. Trill ends up landing it. Drake trinkets to land his own. Blinding light on the trinket of Sea-Doo. Nice play by Brain once again in game 3 here. Mez pinned downstairs with that ring of peace. Cerulean tries to blink in for the poly. Mez grips it, denying the chain. Sea-Doo retreats back to the pillar and repositions. Cerulean getting hit hard here, but his temporal shield was well timed. He's back to full health as a result. Drake could get cleaved down a bit. He's going to switch to Sea-Doo. He doesn't want to get hit by a big chill streak. Mez switches back to Drake. Desperately wants to find a kill window there with no karma for a few moments. How are they going to set up the kill? Mez takes a big hit. Cerulean takes a big hit. Back and forth. Only 4 minutes into this game. Windshear on the brain by Sea-Doo. Sea-Doo the target of Drake at the moment. He's got no trinket. They could kill Sea-Doo in the next stun with Touch of Death Combustion. I think that's what they want to go for. I almost feel like they should just do it right now. The only reason they may be hesitant is Drake doesn't have karma, but they've got a minute to set up that swap. Brain should recover with the Venging Wrath. The Just again barely doesn't get the cauterize there. Brain sacrifice saves the day. I'd love to see a swap to Sea-Doo here from M2KC. They could just close the series out if they can catch him. They got him out of form.
I don't think they should go for it. They have Mez cooldowns, anti-magic zone. I think he's just gonna drop it on Sea-Doo like he did in the start, and Sea-Doo should be able to survive there. But still, I think Mez right now we're about to hit dampening. He's gonna be a juicy target here, wearing kind of low versatility. He's gonna have a Windwalker and a Fire Mage just all over him. Trill needs to get some pressure on Cerulean. They need to get some crowd control. They get a full blinding light here onto Sea-Doo. Double leg sweep coming out onto Mez and Trill. Mez trinkets with a counter double blinding sleet. And do they have the leg sweep? It doesn't look like Trill is gonna have it for another 30 seconds. So nice disruption there by Mez. Double Dragon's Breath coming out from Cerulean. He's gonna catch a big heal. He misses his counter spell right there. And Sea-Doo is gonna have free reign here on the Shaman. He's being able to heal up, do whatever he wants. Drake is gonna try to go and split on top of him to try to prevent him from casting heals onto Mez, but I don't think Cerulean can actually dent Mez HP on his own with him spamming those death strikes. So Drake is gonna move back here. He gets Hex onto Cerulean. Cerulean with the sheet here potentially. Sea-Doo gonna be ducking and weaving here, just spelling Trill on that. And now Brain's going in for the Hammer of Justice. He gets it. And let's see what they can get here. They need to try to stop the Polymorph. They need to try to stop the Ring of Frost. Can they get it? They only get the Paralyzed into a DR ring, maybe. No, Mez grips it. And that's going to be a counter go now from Mystery Org. They need to try to net some cooldowns here. Cerulean still has everything, and so does Drake. I feel like later in dampening, these setups are going to be forcing big cooldowns. But up until then, it's all about surviving for Mystery Org.
Yeah, and I mean, they're going to have to try, and I feel like for Brain, at some point he's going to have to try to sneak away for a drink if he can. Might not be easy on this small map, and I think that's one of the reasons why we are seeing Trill, Mez, and Sea-Doo pick this map and give them maybe a potential mana lead in the matchup. They're actually going after Brain right now. He gets interrupted and knocked away from the pillar. Trill right now on Cerulean. Drake is just sitting all over Sea-Doo, and even, I mean, Drake sitting on Sea-Doo, that pressure is going to really start adding up as well as dampening goes higher and higher. It becomes a lot more difficult to just kind of sit in Ghost Wolf. They're actually going after Mez. This is a disaster. Nice grip. Blinding Sleet coming in from Mez. And it looks like he should be able to hold on. They break up the crowd control chain, giving Sea-Doo a moment to breathe, then allowing him to top off his team. Big heals coming in. And Brain right now as well. He's looking to throw out some heals with his Venging Wrath to top off his team. 13% dampening. Both teams get stabilized, but Mez definitely taking a huge hit. Cerulean lands a nice little interrupt. Brain pushing forward. He gets paralyzed. Good denial there by Trill. And now Sea-Doo can maybe get out an Earthen Wall or something. Doesn't look like he does get anything out too preemptive there. Hammer of Justice lands on a Sea-Doo. Double Dragon's Breath coming in. Cerulean, can he get a Polymorph? Unfortunately, no. They're just going for straight damage here on Mez. I don't think they have enough to push through at this point in the game, but right now both these teams are getting decent pressure, and Drake, his build is a little bit greedy as well. He's actually playing no Fort Brew, so lots of offense in terms of talents, but I think Drake could be a good pressure point here for Mystery Org as well if they kind of realize how offensive he's geared his character.
Yeah, Mez is taking a gamble, but it may pay off here as Brain's mana isn't looking too amazing either. Earthen Wall about to fade. Mystery Org need to make a decision. Do they push forward here on top of M2KC? Combustion could go straight back into their face if they do. At the moment, they're just trading with Drake. Brain's charging in for crowd control. He gets the blinding light, but then intercepted by Mez with the blinding sleet. Is there a leg sweep to follow up? Doesn't look like it. Brain trying to get over to Sea-Doo, but not able to. Totally disrupted. Nice defense there by Trill and Mez, buying time for Sea-Doo to get out of that crowd control chain, but the lack of versatility from Mez's build, he's going to be very squishy now at 21% dampening. We need to get ready for some big cooldown trades. Paralyzed on Sea-Doo, he can't heal for 1 more second. Polymorph on Trill, Brain's getting in position, hammers down, 3 versus 1. Big push over onto Mez. He's got some runic power, doesn't even really need to utilize it just yet. 2 death strikes, Sea-Doo comes out with a Riptide. Healing wave off to the side. Fist of Fury, huge damage, just constantly up and down at the moment. Sea-Doo drops the Earthen Wall once again. Can Ceruleum get out of it? They use Ring of Peace to knock Mez and Trill downstairs. Beautiful timing by Drake with that Ring of Peace. Sea-Doo repositions to the box. Drake repositions over to try and punish. Not able to. Sea-Doo dodges him. Brain's mana evening with Sea-Doo, but slightly behind. Grip into triple. Nice play here by Mystery Org. Ceruleum instantly trinkets and blinks away, trying to prevent that chill streak from bouncing. Once again, quick reactions from Ceruleum saved the team in that position. Now reversal. Double leg sweep, double meteor. Huge pressure on Mez and Trill. Sea-Doo has Ascendance. He gets in position, pops it, trying to get a lot of area of effect healing, but at 27% dampening, struggling to pull his team into the fight. Now caught in a polymorph. Mez at half health. Trades anti-magic shield. Drake still a physical damage dealer. He doesn't care about that cooldown. He's trying to cut through. They stop the chain with a Ring of Peace. Sea-Doo's out of crowd control in the back line. Should be able to bomb in some heals. There's a counter spell, so Sea-Doo uses Grounding Totem to immune any potential interrupts, but now Grounding Totem's over. If Ceruleum lands a counter spell, nope, Sea-Doo fakes out the counter spell. Ceruleum repositions. Sea-Doo should freely heal. He's pushing it in on top of Ceruleum. Sea-Doo getting a bit cheeky here. Looking for a Hex, gets paralyzed. Big Drestigath onto Ceruleum, but Mez is in trouble. Sea-Doo's getting punished for the positioning. They wanted to get aggressive. He gets knocked out of the anti-magic shield. Big Maledict stack. Huge pressure. Mez reverses. They drop the Spirit Link. Sea-Doo barely gets in time. They land the double stun. Brain needs to get ready. This could be a huge amount of damage. Drake rolls off to the side, dodging the chill streak bounce. Ceruleum pops Temporal Shield. Slowly but surely recovering. Ceruleum still in the back foot. Can they push for the Cauterize? Brain powers in a Holy Light, but his Avenging Wrath just ended. It's actually back up at 9 seconds. 6 seconds. If Brain can stay to that point, 3 seconds. It's going to be massive healing. Touch of Death is active. Drake really trying to push through here while Spirit Link is on cooldown. Big hit on Mez as a result. Vitality Conduit pulls Mez back in the fight. Mystery Org are looking the best in Game 3 here yet of the series. Can they pull it off?
This is so far the best they've looked. This could be anybody's game, but the Mystery Org in cross crowd control, full Ring of Frost. No, Trill trinkets and stops it, but he needs to stop it again. Blink for the poly. Ceruleum gets it, and now Mez is in big trouble. Anti-magic shell is gonna get cut through, but Drake taking so much damage, gets the sacrifice here. Do they have more CC? They get another sheep. Do they have anything more? Dragon's Breath comes out. Everybody's dying all over the map here. Leg sweep comes out onto Drake and Ceruleum. He's gonna use his human racial. He gets bopped as well. Big damage coming out here now, back onto Mez. Ceruleum actually looks like the one who's taking the short end of the exchange here and gets the freedom. He's trying to kite away towards Brain, away from Sea-Doo. He has the portal shield. One big divine favor. Drake gets gripped back into the dress, into the damage, and he catches a couple of more heals by Brain, but I don't know how he's going to survive. Brain is completely boom. He has the Avenging Wrath. He goes for a couple of more heals. He has big divine faith. They get a sheep onto Sea-Doo. They have to win right now onto Mez. Otherwise, M2KC is going to lose. But the blind then.
The blind, beautiful from Mez. Great job, and now actually turning around the pressure. And that blinding sleep coming in from Mez has really paid dividends for his team. Mez, although he's been pressured heavily in this matchup, he's also done a fantastic job of getting pressure for his team and denying Ceruleum and Drake. And now with no mana left, M2KC, this is a really scary situation for them to be in. Sea-Doo still has a few tools left to work with, but Mez, he's still really vulnerable. Blinding Light comes in. Sea-Doo immediately trinkets. If he gets polymorphed, it could just be GG. Ceruleum is trying to find the polymorph. Unfortunately, he's not able to find it. He does have Cauterize. He's got no ice block. And M2KC, they're one setup away from winning, but they don't think they're going to be able to get that opportunity. Blessing of Protection comes in with the Temporal Shield. Mez still is struggling to get topped off, and it will be the AMS that comes in, but without that anti-magic shell, now Drake and Ceruleum can use the Maledicts that they have. I feel like if Cerulean, Drake, and Brain can just hold on, all they need is one more CC chain with a Maledict, and they could win the game. This is going to be such a close match.
Conrad, oh, huge
Whoa.
Strategizing drop onto Drake right before he could port. Mystery Org going to put a point on the board against M2KC. Mez coming in clutch, but they need to win 2 more on a map disadvantage and a comp disadvantage.
All right, Mystery Org potentially turning it around here, winning game number 3 on the on Dalaran series. Excuse me. Well done by Mystery Org in that game there, Sid. What exactly went through that final setup?
I mean, they just won the attrition fight. They rotated through their cooldowns effectively and were able to pull off victory in the close quarters, able to stay on target. And that Gushing Wounds build definitely is what allowed Mez to run Brain out of mana. That's the only reason Mez is running this build as opposed to something maybe with full versatility and trying to be more durable. They need that extra Gushing Wounds damage to run the Paladin out of mana. Could Drake have chosen to not charge in right here? Probably. I mean, that's the only thing, right? Brain had like 2 more seconds till his Avenging Wrath. So if they had just kept running away, maybe Obsidian Claw comes up for Brain or something right at the last second. What was he running? No, he was only running the Claws, not running the Fangs. He might have been able to squeeze something out there if they had just kept avoiding the fight, but that double Drustagath was just a big threat they had no answer for that deep into Dampening.
Mm-hmm. Going in this next game here, then, do you think Mystery Org is going to be able to tie it up, Zico, or is this just going to be a difficult rest of the series for them?
Well, they definitely could, but I think when I see the map and maybe what comps they select, I can give a better prediction. But I mean, right now, I feel like it's anybody's game. Mystery Org are looking to power up, but I would imagine the next map is going to be like, I don't know, an Asha Mains or something. And I feel like a small map is a big reason to why the last game went well for Mystery Org. So if they can win on the big map, then I'm convinced that they can win the whole thing. But I think if the big map gets locked in, maybe they should look for the mirror. I don't know.
That was going to be my follow-up question. We are locking in at Tolvaron. That's M2KC's map choice, as they did just lose that last game. Now Mystery Org to choose their composition. Zico and Ven, you guys have wanted them to mirror this entire series. How likely is it, do you think we'll see it here on Tolvaron?
I think if we don't see it here, we're never going to see it.
I don't think we're going to see it, to be honest. I think they think that the Shaman Windwalker DK with the Frost Death Knight is the better answer than a mirror. So, yeah, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I feel like on the small map, it didn't look too bad, especially if they can deny drinks from Brain. But on a big map like this, M2KC, they're going to have a lot more freedom on the map, especially Brain, and that's going to allow him to sneak away for drinks a lot easier. And I can't help but feel like if M2KC just wasn't tapped on mana, because that really was a limiting factor for Brain to actually get his team to full health, was just the fact that he had no mana. So if he does have mana, via drinking and having more space to kind of kite and get away from Trill and Mez, and I think this is one of those matchups that's going to look even better for M2KC.
All right, M2KC only one victory in this series away from closing this series out 3-1 against Mystery Org here on Tolvaron. Mystery Org locking in the Windwalker Fire Mage. Guys,
Good.
What do we feel about this?
I feel great about this. Let's go. Open the gates already.
Yeah, where's the gate countdown timer?
They just locked in their comps, so they haven't even actually zoned in the arena yet, but I'm sure they're going to do that as soon as possible. I'm super stoked about this. This is going to be exciting. Everybody can die. It's going to be, which mage shuts down the other mage more. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, you guys are... I can hear the excitement in your voice as these teams shape up here for this next game. We are going to see a mirror match out of these two games here. Ben, how do we feel like the setups are going to look for this next game in Tolvaron? What's the win condition on either side here?
Well, I think all 3 targets you can go after all 3 targets. I think it's kind of unlikely that they do. What I kind of imagine this matchup going is they're probably going to go after the mages. Jeez, my throat. Yeah, they're probably going to go after the mages a lot and get crowd control on the paladin. So it's going to be a lot about just denying the Windwalker's damage with Dragon's Breath, Frost Novas, and Polymorphs. and then finding big one-shot setups onto the mage with, you know, Paladin CC, Hammer of Justice, Blinding Light onto the opposing Paladin, and those kind of rinse-repeat setups, I think, is what we're going to be seeing. But Sam I Am, definitely a mage you want to have on your team when it comes to these sort of mage versus mage matchups. I feel like he always does a really, really good job. Playing a lot more mage recently. I feel like earlier on in the season, he was playing primarily Demon Hunter, but coming in on that Fire Mage, playing this Windwalker mage composition with Trill, it's been working out nicely for them, and we'll see if they can go toe-to-toe with M2KC. I feel like M2KC is probably the most experienced Windwalker mage paladin, at least in North America, so I would say it's definitely going to be a difficult matchup, but they've been looking really good with this composition, and I think they can definitely kind of tango with them.
Yeah, we can also see Ceralium's stats up here as well. 60% on that Fire Mage, also playing Balanced Druid like we saw with Sam I Am from Mystery Org. Both of these Fire Mages, super strong players individually. We've talked about it a lot today, Ven. How do we feel like the Fire Mage gear is going to look like for either of these teams?
I would say,
Max versa.
Yeah. All right. Well, you want to...
No, you go ahead. Sorry.
That was not. That's really rude, Zico. That was for.
No,
that
I
was
was
for
just
Ven,
gonna say-
man.
I
was just gonna say-
okay? I didn't hear that you specifically asked him. I just thought it was an open question.
Okay. Well, it's going to be max versatility more than likely. Normally, when you play Mage Melee, there's a few exceptions, but when you're playing Mage Melee, so Mage Rogue, Mage Windwalker Monk, you normally just play the double fire starter, short combustion build with lots of versatility, and it just means you are able to reset your combustion really, really quickly, and when you do get crowd control, you have basically a really big go. So that's what we'll likely see from both of these mages, I would say.
Do you agree, Zico?
I just noticed you took off the bakery shirt. Was that when they were down 0-2? You're not a true supporter?
No, I just
Wow.
it's right here. I just felt weird, like I looked like I was in the 70s.
I
with
just
my, like,
jumped
turtleneck.
ship as soon as you're
It's
not
fine.
running.
It's fine.
I'll just
It's all
do
good.
this.
It's all good. I believe in you,
Excuse
Cedar.
me,
I believe in
Supatees.
you,
I
at
don't
least.
see you supporting the bakery. Where's your bakery t-shirt?
I personally hate the bakery. The bakery has done me no good. In Arena, when I played with Vanguards, like, I mean, maybe it's because I played Guardian and that's why he doesn't play with me anymore, but when I played with Guardian into your double mage, I've had that. Like, I'm going to start a competitive bakery like SpongeBob, you know, like Mr. Krabs and Plankton. I'm going to be like Plankton, okay? I'm going to open up the rival bakery, okay? We're going to run Zico and Benruki out of business.
I didn't know
You don't
where you were
feel
going with
threatened.
that for a second. What, Zico?
We don't feel threatened. Our pies
Yeah.
have a perfect crust, delicious.
Your pies have a
delicious
cooldown, bro, in Shadowlands.
texture.
I think the bakery's going,
We're
out,
going
of
out of
business in
business.
Shadowlands.
Yeah.
Man. All right. Well, you just sit over
Definitely.
there, Supatees, in your chum bucket, while Zico and I have these cool pie t-shirts. But it sounds like game number 4 here is ready. It is M2KC versus Mystery Orc in this mirror on Tolvaron.
I mean, we asked for it. We're going to get it. Asking ye shall receive. The one thing Mystery Org have going for them is I feel like M2KC are like the only team that play this comp. Like, how experienced are they in the mirror? I feel like both these teams probably have next to no games in a mirror match, so that opens up the table for potential for Mystery Org.
Yeah, we'll see. I think kind of what Ben was saying. I think we're going to see a mage race happen. Maybe a swap to one of the Windwalkers. We don't have Trinket, but I think if anyone else dies, it's a swap. I think mage is the tunnel target, and it's going to be all about crowd control. Who can get it first? Sam actually stopping the setup here onto Sea-Doo and lands a sheep onto Brain without using anything. He lands a counterspell as well. Sam completely dominating this game so far, but I don't know what happened to Brain. He just got out of the crowd control. He gets out of the Hammer of Justice there as well with his every man for himself, and he used the sacrifice, and I would say Mystery Org wins that first exchange here.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Mr. Org doing a great job. Samai in particular getting that crowd control, shutting down Ceralium. We're about a minute into the game right now. Both these mages still have their ice block, but no sacrifice going to be available for Brain. Let's see who strikes first. Both paladins positioned very far away. Get ready for them to charge in and try to set up for their team. We'll see who decides to go. Basically mirrored positions right now. Actually, Drake doing a little damage over onto Trill. It doesn't look like he's going to be doing too much, though, as both mages looking to reset their combustion. Sam I Am has about 10 seconds left, 3 seconds left, and now with combustion, both these teams having combustion. Either one of them can sort of let it rip whenever they want. Sam I am looking for a polymorph, finds one on a Drake, blinks in, gets a Dragon's Breath. Actually, Cerulean gets a double Dragon's Breath. C2 actually going to be pushing in. Full polymorph landed by Sam. Let's see, they have the Hammer of Justice on Cerulean. He uses every man for himself. The double blinding light coming in from C2 to avoid crowd control and get control on Brain. Great setups here. Cerulean, this could easily be his ice block. And it looks like he might be able to hold on. He actually holds on. No cauterize, no ice block. Brain is able to keep him alive. And now it looks like they're actually going to be going after Trill. They're doing a setup on Trill here.
Are they going to bop the Karma? They're choosing not to, holding it on for a later date. Sidu's pre-sacrificing between the chain, but that was a lot of defense here. The Windwalker swap by M2KC definitely puts them back in the fight here if they can keep it up. Sidu repositioning far. Brain gets counterspelled by Sam. Sam all over Brain. Cerulean polymorph Sam to try and stop him from polymorphing Brain. Good defense by Cerulean. Dragon's Breath on Trill, just still trying to stall. Sam not in a position to go for polymorph just yet. Sidu is waiting around the corner. Which paladin's going to get the hammer first is the question. Mage is just mashing out polymorphs, trying to reset those combustions. Brain, he's edging back and forth. Ooh, he looks like he wants to go in. Sidu gets stunned first. Sam pre-temp shields instantly. They paralyze the Ring of Frost. Can they stop it? Ring of Peace, beautiful
Trill.
stop by Trill right there. Interrupting the polymorph chain. And now, Sidu, it's his turn. Is he going to go? He's moving in. Hammers down, leg sweep, beautiful timing here, triple crowd control, beautiful execution by Mystery Org. They can gun through the temporal, try and get the cauterize a couple more seconds. Do they have enough damage to do it? No. Blazing Barrier activates, Cerulean recovers from Brain's Divine Favor. FM2KC can totally stabilize here. They're going to have their Hammer of Justice. They go for Blinding Light. Leg sweep swap over to Trill. He pre-Fort Brews. I feel like this would have been Divine Shield from Sidu if Trill did not pre-Fort Brew that incoming stun, but they hold strong. Nice read by Trill. Now a polymorph on Brain, and it's Mystery Org who are pushing forward.
Ooh, they don't get the reshape, but Cedar's there with the blind. Can he get a Ring of Frost? Can he get anything? Maybe a stun here. Doesn't look like it. They do get a nice triple DR sheep here as well. And he stuns out of that, and that could be the ice block here, but it doesn't look like it. Brain's gonna get the Vitality Conduit. Cerulean gets counterspelled. Big Divine Fave, and that is going to top Cerulean. Now Sam polymorphing Cerulean here already, forcing out the Dispel, and then he's gonna be able to swap it to Drake right there. Drake has no Dispel for a couple of seconds. Sam looking to resheep on that Dispel as well, so Sam having great control here, and there it is. Now it's going to allow him to potentially get this Ring of Frost here. Nice Ring of Peace, trying to knock him into it, but not going to be able to find it here. Big cross crowd control actually on everybody from Mystery Org. They do get the sheep though onto Brain. They get the Reese though. It doesn't look like it. It looks like both mages here are going to be able to stabilize. Sidu has a little bit more work to do right now. Sam in that stun taking some damage, but no crowd control on Sidu. He should be able to recover from that. And still, I would say anybody's game. No big cooldowns forced out just yet here.
Ooh, Cerulean does get the polymorph into a Dragon's Breath. Do they have the damage to get the cauterize? Temporal Shield denies. And both these teams playing very well defensively. Polymorph now onto Brain. Cerulean on the run, but Trill's all over him. The Storm Earth and Fire Drestigath. This could be the ice block, and it is. It looks like Mystery Org will strike first. 4.5 minutes into the game, getting the first ice block. Still lots of cooldowns to rotate through. Brain has Sacrifice, Divine Shield. So M2KC definitely not out of this one yet, but I would say, I mean, Mystery Org, they're looking good in this one so far. They do get the first ice block. Their pressure's been good. Their setups have been consistent. Let's see, Sacrifice coming in from Sidu on that polymorph. Sam I am looking for a polymorph of his own. Great shutdown by Cerulean, though. He gets the polymorph first onto Sam I am, shutting down Sam and not allowing him to actually get that crowd control on the healer. So really good denial there by M2KC.
I feel like M2KC, their line to victory is probably a swap to Trill, bop the Karma, and at this point they're really far behind. They're trying to push for a caught here or a block, but they're not finding it. Double leg sweep here. Hammer of Justice on Brain. Nice push by Mystery Org. Can they keep the chain going? Ring of Frost, no blinding light. Sidu's got the crowd control for days. Sam I am trying to line up a poly, gets interrupted. Shut down. Vitality Conduit. They're smashing through Vitality Conduit on Cerulean. Cerulean blinks in. Both Paladins and a polymorph. Sam pre-temp shields though, and Cerulean doesn't have his available. Which mage is going to fall first? Brain is out of polymorph. Sidu comes out in 1 second, but now Sidu into a Hammer of Justice as M2KC look to turn things around. Big Drestigath drop, double blinding light. It's 3 versus 1. That's a caught and a block, and M2KC put themselves back into the game, and they're on match point. The pressure is on for Mystery Org.
Mystery Org actually don't have any hard stops right now for magic damage, so if they can somehow lock out Sidu, Sam actually could die right now. No, well, maybe Vitality Conduit would save him anyway, but there's a small window here for M2KC, and right now they're just trying to peel the damage here off Mystery Org. Mystery Org still has the momentum a little bit here. Brain wants to push in there and use that Hammer of Justice as soon as it comes back off CD. CD has it ready right now, and I think CD should go for it. He actually bubbles a Paralyze right there immediately here to save Sam here on his cooldowns, and I don't know if that's going to be a preemptive choice here. It looked a little bit early. Sam going for the Ring of Frost. He gets polyed up by Seralium. Nice swap here onto Drake. They do get the Karma. They get the Blessing of Protection onto the Karma, though. Drake could still be in trouble. No, they're going to go ahead and chase Seralium there. But that was a nice attempt there by Mystery Org. They almost took the Windwalker down through everything. Very, very nice swap. But it looks like they are going to be surviving. And right now, Mystery Org are losing the mid-raise.
Yeah, they definitely are. Being behind that Cauterize, Sam Iam's going to be feeling very vulnerable, and Sea-Doo actually has nothing, so this is actually really dangerous. They use the Blessing of Protection offensively. Drake now has a Touch of Death. They have Combustion. M2KC, they're one setup away from winning the game. Sam Iam is incredibly vulnerable right now. Are they going to be able to get out the Touch of Death? And Pearl Shield comes in from Sam Iam. A full Hammer of Justice lands, and the damage is just completely overwhelming. Blessing of Protection comes in. They need to get it off Seralium. He gets interrupted. He goes for the Dragon's Breath. Mystery Org, can they hold on? That Blessing of Protection coming in clutch. Triple leg sweep now. The damage is just not ending. Sea-Doo goes for some cross crowd control, getting the double blinding light. The double leg sweep comes in. Who are they going after? Looks like M2KC should be able to hold on. What a close call that was. And the fact that there was no Kleptomania spell steal for that Blessing of Protection is the only reason Mystery Org didn't just lose this series.
I mean, Sea-Doo needs to pray to N'Zoth right now to get that sacrifice off cooldown. Is he going to get an ineffable truth proc? Because the next crowd control chain is still pretty much guaranteed death for Sam Iam. He's very far away, but Brain is pushing forward. The sacrifice came up. N'Zoth blesses you. He pre-sacrifices the Hammer of Justice. Now they look to turn it around. Brain's in a polymorph. No block for 16 seconds on Seralium. He goes for a temporal shield. He's looking pretty stable at the moment. The crowd control is on diminishing return with that blind only at 2 seconds. Not nearly long enough. They go for Hammer of Justice, but Vitality Conduit's down. Seralium will go back to full health. It's Sam who's going to be in trouble. Sea-Doo gets caught in a poly. He pre-tempts. Is it going to be spell stolen and spell stolen back is now the question. Ring of Frost out of the poly. Beautiful crowd control chain. Sam Iam still in a lot of trouble. It's match point for Mystery Org. M2KC looking to try and make things spicy in this top 4 qualification slot. They're so close to killing Sam. Dragon's Breath for 1 second. Divine Favor was removed. Sam is just getting absolutely smacked at the moment, but Avenging Wrath is up. If Sea-Doo can get a big heal in right now, here and now, he could save the team. No, a full polymorph. Divine Shields. Is that going to be enough? Divine Favor protected by Divine Shield. Brain's in a poly. They're trying to turn it around, but Seralium has block again. Temporal Shield ticking away on Seralium. Brain's in a Hammer of Justice. Trill is trying to push forward. He interrupts poly. Blinding light onto Brain. They really need to get a caught in a block with this push. If they don't get a caught in block, I'm not sure Mystery Org can pull this off. No! Sacrifice slips into the crack. Sea-Doo repositioning, trying to escape M2KC's reposition. Brain goes for freedom, charging across midfield, hunting down Sea-Doo before Sam gets his block in 20 seconds.
Ooh, I don't think Sam is going to die in the next 20 seconds here. Looks like they have pretty good control over the match.
Oh,
Trill getting sheeped. Oh, they swaps it, but what? Sea-Doo has another sack. He pre-sacks the poly. He just got it back up again. N'Zoth coming in here, blessing the bakery today with all kinds of pastries. And right now, you're going to see Seralium here hitting a counter spell onto Sea-Doo. Sam Iam in so much trouble. The slappers are proccing, and Sam is going to have to use his ice block pretty much immediately right there. Can they CC him through the block, though? That is the question. Sea-Doo comes out of the chain. They get the Hammer of Justice. Sam's still in trouble. Big damage coming out here. He gets paralyzed on the polymorph. Can they find anything more on Sea-Doo? Blinding light comes through into the sheep, and that is going to be it. Meteor comes crashing down onto Sam Iam, and that is going to be a 3-1 for M2KC, the OGs of the Windwalker Mage.
Wow.
Yeah, unfortunate on the side of Mystery Org. However, super well played by M2KC. Both of those teams fighting super hard, but in the end, M2KC came out on top then.
I mean, they definitely did. M2KC, honestly, in that game, I feel like they had a slow start. Like, I would say Mystery Org at the beginning of that one was definitely pulling out ahead. Their setup seemed a little bit more consistent, but it seemed like M2KC later on in the game, they started